Hey there, how are you guys doing today? So, I wanted to talk to you about 2020. What are you doing or what could you be doing to really help you get that first or maybe that next rental property? If you watch this channel, you see my daily financial news, you understand, kind of what this channel is about, right? I'm a buy and hold investor. One rental at a time is my thing. I'm not the maximum leverage. I'm kind of boring, conservative, and all of those things. But after talking with many of my students, I don't think I've done a great job of kind of talking about the course that I created this year that really documents how we did it, right? How did we start? How did we learn a market we were never in? So this video is going to be about my course, but more importantly, it's going to be about what students are saying about my course. And really, because I think it can be a real concrete step that you could take to make the next decade different than the preceding decade. So bear with me. It's only, I think, 9 slides and 2 of them are copies. So really, it's only 7 slides. But again, these are things that my students are telling me. You have videos on this channel. There's actually a playlist called Student Interviews, I think, that talks about how it's helped them, right? How it's created focus, how it's created execution, and why it was such a good investment at less than $200. So let me bring it up, and we'll go through it together. Share. Okay. So let's get this out of the way, bring this up. So again, no fancy builds. It's just going to be some kind of messages that I believe. But again, I believe financial freedom is hard. I believe too many people talk about it being easy. I know, at least in my story, it took 15 years, and the first 8 or 9 years we just didn't know, right? We just couldn't see it yet. But through consistent execution, sacrifice, and always moving forward, you can get there. And right around, at least for us, around year 8 or 9, it kind of cleared the way. And if you haven't heard our story yet, I suggest getting this book. It makes a great Amazon or Christmas gift for someone, maybe a college student or whatnot, because it documents how we made some tough choices over 15 years and got there. So, take a listen. But again, I think a better financial future is actually easy. I believe everybody who watches this, everybody who just consumes my free daily content, if you take it and you digest it, can absolutely have a better financial future. You spend less, you conservatively finance investments, you have somebody else buy assets for you. Your financial future will be better. There's no question about it. But I'm not here to be one of those people that say financial freedom is easy. You can get there in a year, all of that stuff. It's hard, right? We have busy busy work lives. We have family. We have all these things. I've been there. I did it. I know. And I feel for you. But hopefully you see that a better financial future is absolutely possible. You can take steps in 2020 to change your financial future. And that's really what I want to talk about, what I hope for you. So first and foremost, as I said in the opening, this video is going to be unlike any others, is I'm just going to talk about my course, right? There's a link in the description below. You can go see it. It's listed for $199, which is a bargain. It's under $200. But I do offer a coupon code, right? It's Christmas. We got to do some nice things for folks. So if you use the coupon code BOOK20, not only do you save $20, but I will send you an autographed version of this. So you save roughly another $20 because this costs you 15 bucks on Amazon. And if you already have it, give it away as a Christmas present, right? It'll be autographed by the author. So again, I'm going to talk about my course. The link's in the description, but it's because I want your financial future to be better, right? There are people out there selling courses for $500, $1,000, all that stuff. I'm going to keep it at $199, and again, even offer you a coupon code, so it's BOOK20. And I do that because I want to cover costs, obviously, because I can't do this and lose money. but I want to cover my costs, the security costs. I also run a private Facebook group just for my students. So this book 20 coupon code gets you also included in the free private Facebook group. And that's where I communicate with my students. And I look every day on my phone and answer questions and look at deals and all of that. The interaction on the private Facebook group is, I'm really glad I added it, because it's where I can stay close to my students and really help. And most importantly, students are starting to help each other, which is pretty awesome. So again, we're going to be talking about this course. It's in the description below, but it's because I want you to understand all that you get in this program. Here's the number one thing, and you can actually see this in a couple of the interviews. A couple of the interviews were from students who were kind of all over the map, right? They were attending YouTube University. They didn't know where to go. They were going an inch in 50 different directions and making no progress. If you know anything about me, I'm kind of like, just do it, right? We don't sugarcoat anything. The first two sections are all about work. It puts you to work. It makes you pick an area, a zip code, an asset type, and you just focus and you rinse and repeat and you do it again and you do it again and you do it again. And what you do is you are laying the groundwork day after day for you to be a better investor. You are learning your market. That's what this is about. When I go back and look at what we did well, I looked at my market every day for 10 years. I mean, how many people can say that? You don't want to just jump in, find a listing and think you're special and you got lucky and you found one that no one else did. That's arrogant. You need to do the work. You need to learn your market. You need to understand what a good, great, and average deal are. And I help you with that. And again, if you haven't seen many of my videos yet, go to my playlist, look at student interviews. There's at least 3 or 4 there. So take a listen and see what students are saying and how it's helped them. Here's another one. I do not believe in overcomplicating the math in deal evaluations. I give you my deal spreadsheet in this course. We go through it in painstakingly detail. I think it's 12 or 13 columns. We talk about every column. This is the spreadsheet I use to compare apartments with little 1-bedroom houses. I want to understand how hard my cash is working. I do not believe in having one evaluation for a house and another for an apartment building. I am not looking to syndicate. I'm not looking to do all these others. I'm looking to get one rental at a time. Yes, some people make fun of us. Some people on social media think we think small. I don't care. I'm about taking care of my future with my family, and one rental at a time has worked. So take a listen. The other thing to point out is you see that little @one rental at a time. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram. Also subscribe here on YouTube. That would be great. Everything I do, I try to do is one rental at a time. You know, the biggest thing I take from my course and talking with my students is they love how simple I made it. I decluttered all the possibilities. But I'm here to tell you it's not easy. I'm going to ask you to look at your market and your asset type 5 times a week at least for 90 days, perhaps. Lots of people think it should only take 2 or 3 days and they're an expert. This is, the rabbit or the tortoise and the hare analogy. You can't get there overnight. If you try to rush this, you're going to make a mistake. The market's going to kick your butt. So you need to learn your market. You need to consistently look at it. And then the math becomes second nature. If I give my students and you anything in this course, is you're going to understand what a bad, average, good, and great deal is in your market. That's what you get for $200. If you do the work, you're going to know what a bad, average, good, and great deal was in your market. And I think that's priceless. And the beauty of this story is once you learn it for one market, I've given you a skill that you can use over and over and over again. Maybe you move. Maybe you change markets. Maybe you do this. Maybe you do that. you're going to execute the same process that I give you in this course for that new market. It's kind of cool, right? It's a skill. Here's a big one. Never forget this. Because you're going to start having success if you follow what we talk about in the course. But don't start overspending. If you start overspending and changing your lifestyle and getting fancy, as Gary Vee says, it's really going to slow down your momentum. If your goal is financial freedom, you can't slow down your momentum once it starts building. If you just want a better financial future, awesome. But if you really want financial freedom, don't get fancy early. It will stop the momentum, and it's so hard to get started. Here's one I really believe. I often talk about getting to 4 rentals. If you can just get 1, you're going to have somebody else buying an asset for you. How cool is that? You just get 1 rental property in 2020, and in a few decades, somebody else is going to pay it off. It's going to be owned free and clear. The value will go up. The rent will go up. And you're going to have options. You could sell it. You could refi it. You could do all kinds of things. Let's just try to get 1 rental in 2020, but let's do the work and not make a mistake. This is really this is my hope. This is what I had way back when I was just sketching the outline for this book. Is I want 1 rental at a time to become a hopeful mindset based on taking action, being conservative, thinking long-term, and just getting after it. That's kind of who I am in a nutshell. I'm a positive thinker. I take action. I lean forward. I'm always conservative. I control the downside. I think long-term, right? I think in decades, not weeks and months. And I just do the work, right? I just do the work. And I hope that is something that you see in this channel, in the book, and if you take the time to look at the course, in the course. So in the end, I apologize. This video has been all about my course. I don't do this very often, but I do think it will help some people change their future. Again, financial freedom is hard, but a better financial future is easy. So hopefully you like that. Again, for under $200, if you use the coupon code, you get it for less than $180. You also get an autographed book. You also get access to my private Facebook group where I interact with students daily. I just interact on the phone. It's really fun. Let's make the next decade better than the last decade. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. If you've taken my course and have watched this, I'd love to hear from you. Leave comments below about what you think. Let's have some fun. All right, well, I'm going to save this and get off to the gym because it's time for me to keep losing some weight. Take care, everybody. Have fun.